It was funny. Towards like the end of the game, they had this white linebacker, number 7. At this time, we're just running the ball down their throats. He's like, "Body language, guys, body language. Come on!" And you could just see everybody on the defense, like, "Dude, just shut the fuck up."
Stay in the game.
Yeah! Here we go!
We're starting this. There's
Do
no extra fluff that needs to be given today. 58-25 on their fucking little cowbells, bro.
Dude,
How
those
was it out there?
things, that shit was stuck in my head all night. Like I rewatched like the TV copy, like the quick little highlights, and like you could hear him in the highlights. So I'm like going to sleep, and I'm like, dude, it's ringing in my head. So like, and then they play it to like the song. So they have like certain songs like we will rock you. Or no. They didn't. No. What song was it? It's "Who's let the dogs out? Who?" And then they fucking ring their cowbells to it, dude. It was the cheesiest thing ever, bro.
Yeah,
So cheesy.
it looked like there wasn't that many people, but man, it sounded like there was 80,000 just people just going crazy. Even in the third quarter when it was out of hand and they would ring the cowbells, like I would be like, how is it still this loud?
Yeah,
It's
no, dude. Well, dude, having cowbells, it makes a difference if there's a lot of people there. But I mean, a packed house, yeah, I could see that shit being like, this is tough. But it felt like a Mountain West game, so it felt like I was right back at home. It was pretty cool.
yeah, you guys came out early. I guess there's so many people to give their flowers to, but the one thing that I wanted to start with was on National Tight Ends Day in the NFL the day before, Luke has with 2 and then Andreas Poska with 2.
Bruschke.
Boschke?
Bruschke.
Boschke. They always say Poshka. I want to say Posky.
Yeah, dude. He
Yeah.
gets pissed, but it's a tough name to pronounce. It's a very tough name, but he got 2 of them, dude. Both of them. Hell of games. Did you like that little trick play?
Oh my God. Well, was it really a trick play or was it just like I mean,
You got
it's
schemed up.
yeah, you got schemed up, bro. It's all year long when we're in single back with, and here's the one thing I will credit Bobby for, because at the time that he called that play, it was definitely like, okay, do you want to show this now? Do you want to show like that we can do this now? And it made sense. You guys went up 2 scores at that point in time, and you guys wanted to really start gaining the distance. You don't want to give a team like Mississippi State any hope. And I feel like
No.
that may be why some other teams like played closer games with them. They went through a gauntlet of games, but a majority of their games were rather close. And then you guys just fucking blew the doors off of them.
Yeah, no, it was, but it felt like that from the jump, dude. On the defensive side at least, just very little fight, very little like, and it's tough. I get it. When you're 1-6, you're at home, the crowd's starting to not show up now. Like that's just such a demoralizing factor. And you kind of felt it on the defensive side. Their offense, they got a good offense. That's the thing. They have explosive players. And I mean, I guess if their defense kind of, I don't know, just effort, man. It was funny. Towards like the end of the game, they had this white linebacker, number 7, dude. And like at this time, we're just running the ball down their throats. He's like, "Body language, guys, body language. Come on." And you could just see everybody on the defense like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Like, come on, bro. Just shut the fuck up.
Hey, every team needs a culture shifter.
Yeah,
It's
you
tough.
do.
It's always the linebacker. I was that person. You're saying that, bro. My sophomore year when we we made the playoffs after already turning our equipment in. So we turned our equipment in my sophomore year of football. We went 2 7 or something, right? Turn our equipment in. Coach texts us Sunday, guys, the football gods are looking out for us. I don't know what happened. We got to fucking. Bottom line is we made the playoffs. I'm a sophomore, bro. I made like a speech to the team before we watched film about like how like we can shock the world, you know? We were playing Moapa Valley. They were undefeated. They were so fucking good. And bottom line is as we're getting beat by 60 in Moapa Valley, Nevada, I'm like yelling at the guy. I'm like, "Come on, guys. Let's stay in the game."
Oh, Jesus. You're that guy. You're number 7. You were
I
number
was
7.
number 7.
I get it though, man. You're really trying to bring something to that team that they're just missing, and I get it, bro. I don't know who the fuck would ever want to play for that school because it's in the middle of nowhere, George. I'm telling you, we were driving, and I'm like, all right, we're 10 minutes away from the stadium. You're about to start seeing some stuff, see some houses, like people. Nothing. I seen one gas station, and it was a massive gas station. And then we just enter into the school, and I'm like, that's it? Like, we're here? I was like, dude, there's not shit around here. What do you do out there? I don't know, George. I'll have to send you a picture from
Yeah.
me leaving the plane, and it's just land.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of land.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can find some YouTube vlog videos or like top 10 things to do in Starkville. Like some Instagram girl
Oh,
who lives in
yeah.
Starkville has already made this, right? And it might be appealing. We'll see right now. Why is Starkville, Mississippi the best small town in the country? Largest wiener dog race, concerts that look average, architecture, specialty coffee shops, like that doesn't exist everywhere, wildlife refuge, pickleball courts, must be new, murals around town, endless options for the same team sporting events, local community is really what we're going to end with. All right. Definitely wasn't as appealing as we thought. So obviously it's tough to get good players out to Mississippi State. Do you, I know you haven't played in the SEC a long time. Mississippi State really is, I don't know, they've been middle of the road, right? Or have
Yeah.
did Dak Prescott? No, Dak Prescott was
No.
Texas A&M.
No. Dak Prescott was Mississippi State.
Okay,
So I
okay,
think
okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like, they have times where, like, they kind of build that team, that culture. But I just think in today's era, it's kind of tough, man. It's kind of tough for them because I don't know how the money situation's there. I'm assuming a lot of the money goes to Ole Miss, and so they lose out on that kind of revenue, those kind of donors, and then it's just like, well, we're just stuck out here in the middle of nowhere with no money and a shitty area.
Yeah, it's like a field of dreams situation. You build it, they will come.
Yeah.
And then you can't afford to keep them. That's the downside. I mean, but you got to, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Mississippi State with this quarterback. The quarterback was,
He was solid, man.
he was making
solid.
plays.
He was dealing the ball. He made some passes where I was like, shit, man. Like, I mean, I just want you guys to go away now, but, he was making plays. But, no, they kept fighting. They have a solid team. They got dudes there. It's just, now can they keep the dudes? And
yeah,
we'll see.
So you said that there was one player like that, number 7 on defense. Other than him, was there anybody else that really seemed like, okay, because you had told me the sideline, like their sidelines are into it, so it could be
Yeah.
like those first year players that are redshirting that were going crazy. What was all the hype about their sidelines?
I guess really it came from I watched like the Georgia game and they had gotten like a pick on like the third play. And then that kind of makes me think like it's the third play. Emotions are high. They're like, we're shocking the world. Cause I think at the time still Georgia's undefeated. And so, the sidelines was not lit yesterday. They were very out of it. But like I said, dude, once you're 1-6, your back's against the wall, nobody's showing up, like it just starts the
Yeah.
downfall for everybody in that building.
Yeah, and this will be interesting to see. And this will be the last thing we do before we move on. All right, they play Massachusetts next week.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude. You remember Damazzotti?
yeah,
He plays for Massachusetts.
no shit. All right, now I got to look at his stats. So tell people about Dom so that they know
Yeah,
who we're talking about.
Damazzotti, number 81 for San Jose State. I think he's still 81 for UMass, but played with me at San Jose for 3 years. He's kind of a goofy guy. He just had like a lot of like really weird things that he was good at. He was really good at Madden, and then like checkers or it's like chess or some shit. I don't know. Really good dude though, really good tight end, and now he's at UMass. He was like, "Bro, give me some info on them." I'm like, "You guys." I mean, UMass, I know they're struggling too.
Yeah.
So it's a battle of the struggle bus.
Yeah, UMass is currently 2-6. And
Okay.
then Mazzotti has 8 receptions for 108 yards, no touchdowns. But maybe he could crack one in for the Dogs. And then
I
maybe
mean,
do at this point in time of the season, you're 2-6. If you get a 15-yarder for a cool celebration to generate some hype, people should do the pee on the ball. Score the touchdown. Piss on the ball.
that was done. You know that was done at Mississippi State, right?
What? They peed on the ball?
No,
Or
remember when I think it's DK Metcalf, I could be wrong. DK Metcalf at Ole
Yep.
Miss catches it. I don't know if it was at Ole Miss or at Mississippi State, but that was that game. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I'll take your word for it because yeah, it's the
I
Egg
hope
Bowl
so.
between them.
Yeah, the Egg Bowl.
So that could be seen again. I definitely, if it really did happen, yeah, that's a great touchdown celebration. Junior, you
It
had
is.
a few touchdown celebrations. Kind of. The camera didn't catch it too good on the TV copy, but there is one good photo of you where you go like you went Patrick Starr full out wide, and you're like
Yeah.
ah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that one more because like the whole thing is like the guy who catches the ball runs to like the lineman, they like lift him up and they usually put out their arms. So I'm gonna just start jumping with them, throwing out my arms too, like we're both in the air. And I think that might be the signature. I think I might have figured it out.
Yes, because you already know where the camera is. It's going to the person that just
It's going
scored,
right there. Yeah.
and they're lifting them up. Yeah, that's genius. Or
And-
yeah. Go ahead.
no. I was just gonna say, like, if I don't get there first, which usually it's hard, man. Sometimes I feel like the ball's always like 20 yards opposite of me. And so, yeah, no, if I'm not there, I'm definitely going
Yeah,
spread eagle right behind him. That sounds bad. That sounds really bad.
spread eagle would be like you lay on your back and
Yeah.
you lift your legs
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Not
Not a good. That's
not spread eagle. Patrick Starr.
Patrick Starr. You're doing a Patrick Starr. Yeah, that's it. That's a good. I was thinking maybe if you wanted to, like, let's say you got the hype behind it now. People are expecting the Patrick Starr. They go up. You go with a Tebow, just to remind people, God first.
See, but that like a Florida thing? Am I showing like respect to Florida with that maneuver?
That's a great question. I think some of his best Tebowing though came when he was on the Broncos. So you're fine.
I agree.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe we got to bring it out.
Yeah, but I'm saying we got to generate the hype now. Patrick Starr,
Yeah.
Patrick Starr. Oh, by the
Tim
way,
Tebow.
wasn't it great that we had talked about Talon only having 6 touchdown passes and then he goes off throwing the rock, dude?
How many did he throw for?
I think he threw
4?
5. I think he threw 5. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 5. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, 5 TD passes, almost through the amount of TDs he's had all season in one game. I'm so happy you guys did what you guys needed to do against a very bad university. So,
You know, it's funny enough is Talon actually watched the episode and he was like, "All right, bet." And he told me.
are you serious?
No, I'm bullshitting. He didn't. He's too damn busy to be watching this shit, man.
That is true. He liked
He
the
has a
Instagram
lo-
reel though. That made
He
me
did.
say
That
because
was love.
that play, I How in the world do you make somebody miss like that in a phone booth, bro? If they were playing two-hand touch, that's still a touchdown.
That's still a touchdown. Well, you gotta think, dude, he's 6'6", George. Like, that's those legs go, and you're just like, where are you going? Where are you going?
And then he came across and then back around. Oh my God.
Put him in a blender.
It made my eyes go like this, Junior. When I watch that play, I was like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
I like that.
All right. That is about. Oh, and Mom and Dad had an appearance.
Oh, dude,
on TV.
Talk about appearance. Dad caught the camera fast too. Started waving it.
Yeah,
he'd
you'd start
right there.
Start doing the little like that. By the way, it was a tough time to be on camera because I was realizing it like as I'm filming it. I'm like, Braylon is down. I knew it was a cramp.
Yeah,
He's just like dead looking, like he wasn't even moving.
yeah.
And then
Dad
Dad
just
celebrating. Oh,
I seen that afterwards. I was like, good TV time, but bad timing.
it's like it was a 75-yard run. Braylon looked good. You called his.
Did I not call it?
You called it. You called it. You guys
I told
did
you,
what
man. And just once he like not even grows up, man, because he already has a man's body, but like 3 to 4 years or 2 years really in the weight room of like truly like grinding, eating right. He's gonna be scary, man. He's gonna
Does
be
he
scary.
not eat right? He kind of has a body that looks like he doesn't eat right.
As a freshman, it's tough. I don't know because I'm not really like, I mean, I'm around him, but like I'm not around him like that.
Yeah.
But I would assume, sometimes he gets his fast food cravings in. He gets himself a little quarter pounder at McDonald's. Like,
Be careful with those. E. coli. E. coli.
I
bro.
heard about that.
Scary. So yeah, avoid the quarter pounders, Braylon. And I don't know, literally Google what does Derrick Henry eat? And I know you're not as tall as him, but like he handles that weight, like you can get
Yeah.
cut up. Yeah, he's gonna be a very good running back for years to come. And then I guess the last thing that I'll leave with, because this is another thing that we talked about that came true. Both Blackstock and Kudus played the left guard position.
I liked it, man. Both of them played really good. I really like having both of them out there, dude. It's hard to really tell the difference. Obviously, Kudus is, like I said, he's a little bit more fresh. Blackstock's been playing the right tackle spot. It's a really tough spot, and then getting moved inside. And, inside's more natural for Kudus. So they're both still battling it out. Great spirits on the sideline. Like, it's all love for both sides. Like, they want to see each other doing good. And, I mean, they just want the success of the offensive line. And at the end of the day, that's all you really ask for is, people caring about, what we're doing as a unit instead of individual goals.
I love hearing that. You guys look cool shotgunning your sodas. Were beers not allowed?
Dude.
Or no, Kudus is like 12.
Kudus is like 18 still, so can't do that. Dude, I don't even think Blackstock's 21, which is crazy.
No way.
Yeah, bro. I'm the old head.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look at you as grandpa, dude. That's
well, they look at Braun. They look at Braun as the old head. It goes Joe, Braun, and then like I'm there.
Yeah, you're the fun grandpa that was like adopted into the family.
Yeah, brought in.
So Junior, Ole Miss this week at home.
Oh yeah,
they're 19th in the country. They're 6-2. This SEC race in the standings is, I mean, it's as tight as it's been in a very long time. Lots of different outcomes that can possibly happen for this college football playoff. You guys are kind of like, unfortunately, in the role of spoilers right now. But Ole Miss has lost to Kentucky and to LSU. Both of those losses were by 3 points. So no team has ever really put their foot on the gas with them to really blow them out of the water. They are solid on the defensive side. One of their linebackers has 8.5 sacks, and then a few other guys have over 5 sacks on their defensive line. So, have you already started watching the film for Ole Miss?
No, I haven't watched it yet. Still kind of digesting the game from yesterday, and just kind of seeing what I could work on better, kind of what I can improve on. But yeah, Ole Miss, they have a squad over there. That defensive line's really good. We're gonna have our hands full with them, but and I think they have like a tempo offense, so it just kind of puts more stress on you, makes more plays for you. But that's nice, bro. I think we've really caught our groove as an offense. So I think if we could really just keep this momentum going, I mean, we could have a really explosive night against them.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing is to keep that offensive pace up. You guys scoring 17 points in the first quarter made me, I don't know, dude. Like I just such a sense of relief. I feel like we haven't had that obviously since Oklahoma State. Um, but yeah, it just seemed like no matter what was called, Bobby P was in his bag.
Yeah,
And it's just you guys are such a fun offense to watch, and I really hope that you guys can put some drives together because I think all good offenses thrive off of a little bit of continuity and then being able to like sustain a drive allows you to run some of the cooler shit later
for
on in the
sure.
game. Um so yeah, I did not really watch too much of their game versus Oklahoma. The one thing I did watch though was the squirrel that was running on the field. Did you see the squirrel video?
I, I did see the squirrel, dude. He scored a touchdown. He played dead, and then he scored a touchdown.
Yes, he did score a touchdown. Unfortunately, he wasn't in an Oklahoma jersey. They could have really used him.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I like that.
Thank you. I'm trying to look here at the box score just to get some fucking get something here.
I seen the highlights, dude. That quarterback for Ole Miss is really good. Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
He throws darts. He throws darts now. They are good wide receivers. He made a pass yesterday, which I seen on the highlights. It was it's like a 3rd and 5, and he like rolls out, and like the wide receivers like going like with like an out route, and then like Dart like leads them upfield, like our before he even makes a cut, and it was just perfectly in the breadbasket. I was like, that's a big time play. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see their offense kind of work and try to go up against T. Will.
Yeah,
See
bro.
what they can
Well,
do.
and yeah, that defensive line Landon yesterday, his isn't it so like doesn't it make you smile like seeing that happen and you're like, God damn, so
I'm
glad
not
he's on that side.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah, he's legit, man. He's legit.
he
His hands
is.
are quick and he really had a fucking monster game. He was a part of every play.
Yeah.
Can't
That
can't yeah. Go
Cam
ahead.
Balls, Cam Ball, Eric Gregory. I don't know if you've seen the goal line, number 50, Eric Gregory, dude
Junior.
blows up the guard. Blows up
I
the guard.
I paused, I rewinded it for Cameron. I was like, because I thought at first I was like, is that guard's leg snapped in half? Because he literally just goes here, hard down. It was
It was insane.
yeah.
Insane, dude. No, they
Gregory,
were
the thing I like the most about him is he's one of those interior defensive linemen that can play sideline to sideline is like, whoa,
yeah.
you're a different breed, bro. He makes
Yeah.
tackles outside the hashes, and I'm like,
No, he's legit,
can't
man.
ever give
He
up.
is legit.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't this being a Sunday, we haven't done a Sunday episode in a while. We normally get a lot of our info throughout the week. Like Monday will be a big day for me watching all these podcasts to actually know what I'm talking about. And for you to actually watch the defensive ends and everything. The one question I
Yeah.
did want to ask you is Ole Miss did recruit you. Talk about that process. Like what was that recruitment like with Ole Miss?
Yeah, man, it felt kind of half-hearted. He called, and Old Miss was one of those schools where I was like, you know what, like it wouldn't be a bad. I didn't really know much about it, but I knew that they had some history. I knew that they had a good team last year, and I was liked Lane Kiffin because he was the coach at USC when like we were kind of going to the Rose Bowl in that kind of era.
Yep.
And so I was kind of always like a fan of that. But, like I said, the coach called me one time. We maybe talked again like a week and a half later, and it was like, I don't know. It just felt like fake, and I was kind of just like a secondary option. And they kind of just at the end of it, once I told them I was taking my visits to Arkansas, they were like, no, no, like let's make this happen. But I knew, where the love was at, and I think it still has it's still been a great decision for me. They got
Oh,
they
no.
got some good they got some good tackles over there at Ole Miss, so
Yeah, they do, and it's clearly they do because Jackson Dart is one of the. I think he's a top 5 passer in college football right now. Don't quote me on that, but you only get that with having solid tackles. And yeah, I
yeah.
mean, if it was half-hearted to you, I guess the next question being, is this a bit of a revenge game for you? Is this like you guys didn't want this? Like, is that the way you
No.
feel? Auburn kind of felt that way, but you had already lost to Auburn.
Yeah, not really, man. I'm more kind of upset about my performance yesterday, and that's more kind of so my motivation this week is just to kind of put up a better performance this week. Just being more consistent and just making the easy plays look easy. And so I guess not necessarily Old Miss. It's not a revenge game. It's more a revenge game for myself to get back to the way I know I could play.
Nice. Was that the B button answer? Was that the X button answer? Or was that the A button answer?
Shut the fuck up.
I know I hate
Shut-
asking you these fucking questions. I really do. But like if I
No,
don't,
but
then people won't respect
no,
my journalistic credibility.
it's fair. It's fair. It's fair questions. It's just, sometimes you got to say stuff just to make sure you're not saying the
Yeah.
wrong thing. Because I've already had Kyle, our media guy, he's seen like the little article that somebody wrote about us, put some bullshit ass headlines, and he was like, "Well, now you got to be careful. You can see what the media can do." And I was like, "All right, Kyle, shut the fuck up."
Listen. All right. If we're gonna let like an article, all right, and I'm
Yeah,
not shitting on the best of Arkansas sports here. It's important to have like journalists everywhere in the world.
for sure, for sure.
If the New York Times is writing an article about something you said, I would be like, "Oh my god!" All right, definitely. Like this is global now, and I'm not, and it wasn't even that bad. What was it? Carmona's bombshell comments deserve context, and then the entire article. There was 80% of that article didn't even mention you. I was
No,
like,
they're just yapping,
what? Yeah,
yapping about something. It's
that
crazy,
was
man.
good though.
They'll use your name. They'll use your name.
They'll use your name, bombshell. What are we gonna
I
do
can't get NIL for that. I guess you could use.
for a article?
I mean, they put my name in it. Name,
No,
image, likeness.
I mean, do you want them to write
No.
about you? Do you want to be more popular? You better shut up.
I'm kidding.
We need them.
I'm joking.
Yeah. Name, image, like we got to start our own publication company. Call it the Carmona Times, Carmona Tribune. All AI writers.
All AI writers. Mom will check it out at the end before we publish it. She'll be our what is that? Published? Not published.
Editor.
Editor. There we go.
Yeah. I always found that to be so crazy to me. It's like you're a journalist, you obviously write a story the way you want it to be written, and then you send it to an editor and then they can change it, and then you really don't have any say in how it's
Yeah.
published after that. Like to me, I'm like, dude, if I'm good enough to write this, like I'm good enough to edit it, I'm good enough to publish it. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, I should be able to do all of it.
Yeah, that shit's wild to me. Junior, election is coming up. Are you planning on doing early voting, or are you going voting on election day?
It's a crazy question, dude. I haven't even filled out my form to even vote, dude. It's bad.
Because you didn't vote. You didn't vote on the last election, right?
No, I didn't.
You were too young, or you just
No, I was old enough. I was caught up in college football.
yeah.
It's like, do I spend my 30 minutes trying to figure out how
It's
to
not that
vote and
hard,
get
dude. You go to them, you'll hand them your
Okay.
ID, and
No, but I had to do it from a different state, right?
yeah, but they'll be able to figure it out. Bro, people in California don't even have to show their ID to vote. That's a California law, by the way. Crazy.
Wait,
Absolutely crazy.
what?
Yeah. It's against the law in California to show your ID to vote.
Where'd you hear this at?
This is new. This is, and it's even one of the questions in Nevada. Like, you know, they have like, well, you don't know because you've never fucking voted. They have questions that you can, that are important questions that people vote on. But yeah, in California is wild. It doesn't matter though. Like they don't care in California.
Yeah, I was there. I seen it all. I
Yeah.
seen it all over there, man.
Oh yeah, you have, bro. But before we get too political in this show, I just wanted to ask you that because it's fucking next week. Not next week, the week after.
Next
But
week? Damn,
yeah. Yeah.
going by fast.
No, it is next week. Wait. I'm tripping. I have to look at a calendar now.
Did you see Trump was on Joe Rogan's podcast?
Junior, it's one of the best podcasts that I've listened to in a while.
Really?
It's 3 hours. Trump does not answer like a president. Like he just is just letting it flow. He made me and Cameron laugh like 5 times, like uncontrollably. Like I literally cannot stop laughing. Because the way he answers things just so like he talked about the polls, right? He was like, you know, the polls are all fake. I've seen them. You hire people to do the polls and they interview like what 250 people maybe. And then he's like, I don't believe in the polls. He's like, but right now I'm leading in the polls, so I like the polls right now. I swear to God.
Oh, bro, he's definitely jokes, bro. He's definitely like he creates jokes. Like I don't know.
That's the issue. When I tell people, I'm like, I get it. There's been bad things, but he's just like, he's so funny. Like I'm ready to like imagine 4 years of your best comedian giving you stand up every day and protecting your country. Cause
Yeah.
it's not like he's a complete fucking
No.
idiot.
He
He
holds that
literally-
shit down.
Yeah, you
holds
have
that
to watch. Like this is a must-watch podcast for anybody, and that's listening to this fucking episode for sure. Like you guys, it's a great episode because Joe like he makes him answer things like, hey, when you were president, you know, like how overwhelming is that, you know? And then Trump's like,
Yeah.
dude, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, it's like you go in
feel
there
like-
day one, you're just kind of like, all right, you have to do these things, and nobody really knows.
Yeah, you're just kind of thrown into it.
There's too many things to be done every day to do everything, so it's a impossible job to begin with.
It's a job that's never ending. It's just
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just are you go to work and you know you're not going to get everything done, which I don't know how people could sleep. I feel like that's just so I don't know. It's so unsettling.
Like if you were you had like people that were stranded in another fucking country and they're like, "Oh, president, we need this." And you're just like, "I got to take a 30-minute nap."
Yeah, we'll actually get back to them next week. We'll figure it out.
They didn't make it. So, Junior, college football news. We had talked about the squirrel with Ole Miss. There was some other things that happened in college football that I sent you an article. Oh, the Indiana fan at College Game Day who tore his ACL. I'm not sure if it's confirmed that he tore his ACL, but he injured himself before the kick that has been taking the world by storm every Saturday morning. This 40-yard field goal that 2 people have made so far this year. The dude is warming up this week at Indiana. He goes to kick and ate shit. Did you see the video?
I did see the video. Do you think he was drunk? Or was it just like
That's wet grass, and he's got like no grip on those shoes.
yeah.
It was a bad move. Really
They gotta
bad
give
move.
him cleats. They gotta give him
I
cleats.
swear to God, right? Like, give them it doesn't matter. They're still not going to make it, but
No.
yeah.
But yeah, they need some type of shoe to help these guys out because you can't plan like. I mean, I hope they gave him the money for tearing his
Hey,
ACL.
and I know
I'd hope so.
McAfee. Yeah. Oh, they for sure took care of him. They for sure took care of him. Yeah. You think College Game Days? Well, I mean, I guess you couldn't really sue them for you acting like an idiot warming up before they
Yeah.
gave you an opportunity to win 100,000. But I'm sure they helped out.
Oh
Gave him
yeah.
gave him a gift card. They gave him directions to the nearest hospital. um, so yeah, Pat McAfee. Have you had a chance to like watch the full segment with this kicking contest?
Ish. I know that like it's all about like these people saying that like kickers can't or it's not that hard, this and that. And then it's like, all right, Pat McAfee tries to make his point, and he's basically like not talking shit to the kids, but like he's getting in their faces. That's what I've seen.
Yeah, and that's probably why he doesn't give them a couple little pointers and tips to try to nail this thing. Like he really just sits there and watches them fail. It would have been funny, or this would have been ESPN's fault had Pat McAfee been there and like, all right, give me a couple like warm up, kicks here. We're
Yeah.
gonna practice on going through, but no. Buddy was in the back, and yeah, it was all around tragic because then the person who came on behind him missed 2 times to the left hard, and I kind of want to try to do this now. I think I just follow around College Game Day the rest of the year. I ignore your games, and I try to win $100,000.
Dude, New Heights was actually talking about the same topic, the podcast New Heights, and what's his name? Not Travis, but Jason.
Jason.
Jason was like, "Oh hell yeah, I can make it," and so I think Jason's gonna get a shot, and hopefully this gets big enough, and like Jason and G.
Jason and G for 100K. I really do think I can make it. Like, there's.
Is it for,
I
is
would
it
not.
30?
I would.
30 yards?
They say it's 40.
Holy shit.
I know. It's a boot. It's for sure a boot. But I think what people are like missing, and I've been watching the kickers, like you watch, and I know Justin Tucker's been on he's been cold lately, bro. He fucking missed a field goal today, cost the Ravens a game. Like the way that you like just use your leg as a pendulum and just smack that shit up, I got it. I've seen the technique enough to be like to replicate it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tough task. It's very tough.
Why don't you kick a 40-yard field goal at practice tomorrow?
Georgia, I'm scared I would pull something. No doubt, bro.
Okay. All right, never mind.
How do I explain that to Coach Pittman, the pit boss? Yeah, coach, I was just after practice, I was fucking around, kicking some balls, and pulled my groin.
All right, do you want me to give you my Coach Pitt impression?
Let's see.
I'd be on my side because I'm bone on bone right now on that one hip. I'd be on my side. That's my impression. I just wanted to say that. I feel so bad for you, man. I know. Can we get this man like a good cushion or like something?
Dude, he fights that shit too. He's a dog.
Hell yeah, you could see it.
And you could definitely tell, like on game days, that shit, it doesn't affect him. He fights through it, but towards the end of the game, he's like, ah, shit. It's like,
yeah,
that's a hard ass fucking injury, dude. Such a hard injury.
So he had hip surgery?
I really don't know, dude. I think it's something. He hasn't told us much, but other than it just hurts. And
yeah,
but no, he's a dog. He's definitely a dog.
That's actually like low key, and I mean nobody ever thinks about this, right? As a coach going through an injury is kind of like the ultimate motivator, like I'm in the shits with you guys. And the only example I could think of right now, and it's a really sad example, but Chuck Pagano from the Colts when he had cancer.
Oh, he had it during the season?
I think he had to he had to go away, and it was like an interim coach that stepped in, but he came back after he beat it.
Wow.
So
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's pretty incredible.
yeah. It's like you don't necessarily think of it as a coach, but it's just like, sometimes if you can fight through the injury, your kids can go out there and win games for you.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. That's what the Hogs are doing.
That's exactly what the Hogs are doing. Junior, is there any other topics from this past weekend of games?
Man, no, I didn't really get to because that early game, it's nice. It's really nice having the early game, but then you miss the afternoon. Like there's usually a good afternoon game, and then you get home at night, but then it's just you're just out and about. You're not really watching the game. But I did watch the LSU game, Texas A&M. That shit looked loud.
Yeah,
It looked very loud. I don't know if you've seen it, but it looked very
I
loud
watched
there.
Cameron and I watched the end of that ball game, and yeah, loud is an understatement. I think I don't know why they went back to the other quarterback, Texas A&M, but they went to Marcel Reed, the quarterback that played against you guys.
Yeah. That guy's
like
solid.
in the
He's
second
solid.
half, and he literally won them the football game. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think Texas A&M's got to ride it out with him, but it was loud. They were in Nussmeier's shit all game. Like that D
Yeah.
end, number 11 had himself a couple of big sacks. And yeah,
It's just that D line has so much depth over there, dude. It's crazy. They take one guy out and then the next guy in is just like, all right, you're also a dog. And so they just feed off each other, that D line. And those jerseys, that was
yeah,
pretty badass.
the silver
The
SEC.
silver,
Oh my
that's
god.
so that was I mean the jerseys were kind of plain, but then that on it was like, all right, I've never seen
tough.
that before. I've never
That
seen
was
that
tough.
before. Screw
So
them,
yeah,
but that was nice.
yeah, I'm looking at their schedule now, and they end the year off with Texas.
Wow.
That ball game's going to mean a lot. Because both.
Not if the Hogs ruin it.
I forgot Texas already dropped a game. I was going to say they were going to have one loss, and then I forgot that they lost to Georgia already too. But
yeah.
No, yeah, they're going to have 2 losses. I'm telling you, bro, the SEC is just fucking.
It's wide open,
gridlocked.
bro. Saban left, bro, and
yeah,
the race is wide open.
I'm trying to find here the. There it is. Yeah. It's just like everybody, like you guys are ahead of Missouri and Ole Miss.
Really?
And Vanderbilt. Yeah. Just because you have 3 conference wins. Now, those other teams also haven't played 5 conference games. Not a lot of them.
Right.
But yeah, you guys are right in there in the sheets. You guys get these next 2 wins, and the top of the conference beats up on each other. Who knows, dude? Who knows? There was one other thing that I wanted to bring up. Navy lost.
I seen
So
that, man.
we're not going to have the Army-Navy end of the year to go to the college football playoff. That's kind of upsetting.
I mean, was that Navy's second loss?
No, it was their first.
I mean, dude, there's still a chance. There's still a chance. I don't know.
You can't
man.
lose 51-14 though.
You can't lose that bad, and then I feel like it'd be very hard to put an Army or a Navy into the playoff.
Yeah.
Before another group of 5. I think Boise State's going to get it.
Yeah, Boise State this past weekend was against UNLV. They win 29-24.
Yeah.
They held Genty to 1 touchdown, but Junior, I mean, it's just crazy the amount of carries this kid gets. He got 33 carries.
I mean, do you blame him though?
No, I know, but do you know how Do you know how tough it is? Running backs aren't just granted 30 carries. Like, you have to be there for multiple years to warrant 30
Yeah,
carries. Because if
that
not,
is
then
true.
the coach is going to sprinkle it out. I would say, well, yeah, no, I already know. Braylon only had like less than 20. I think he
I
had
think he had
17.
17. Yeah, I think he had 17.
Yeah, so to get 33 carries, wow.
Well, I mean, you got to think, in the coach's mind, he's like, one of these has to break big. One of them do. And it usually does happen that way. It's like stuff, 60-yard run.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, there we go.
There's a dude on TikTok who is like making it a challenge, like betting Ashton Genty unders at rushing yards. So like he's like watching every play, and it was against Hawaii, right? And it's like 3-yard run, 4-yard run, 4-yard run, 5-yard run, 60-yard run. Fuck. And the video ends. It's perfect.
That's hilarious.
All right, Junior, before we end today's episode, we should definitely finish with a fan question. And this fan question comes from at Zevadern60. Fernando, my 9-year-old son Jackson is approaching the playoffs of his first year of playing football. He embraced the idea of playing O-line at a very young age, which is great because unfortunately his genetics are pointing that direction. Anyway, that's pretty funny. He's made a point recently to focus on the O-line play while we watch games together. What are some details you'd have him look for while they watch, as well as any advice or pointers you may have for an aspiring young trenchman? Thank you so much, and woo the fucking pig suey.
Man, appreciate the question. What's the kid's name? Did he say?
Jackson.
Jackson. For Jackson, man, I think when you're watching football right now, you're young. First of all, have fun with it. These are going to be the best moments of your life playing football and just playing sports in general. You know, just such a good time to just go out to practice with your best friends, go out there, enjoy every moment of it. And then when you're watching games, man, just watch the people who play with a lot of energy and just play with the tenacity and just want to, just play hard. Those are usually the best offensive linemen. And, if you could build that into your game early at a young age, you're 9, you still got a lot of time. That's going to create for, just you being this awesome dog smashing beast of a 9-year-old, and you're gonna be out there dogging these kids in pee-wee football. So just kind of watch, just kind of effort and just playing really hard. That's kind of all it really takes to being an offensive lineman. Obviously technique and stuff, but that comes later. And just have fun with it, Jackson. You're gonna be a great one if you do all those things.
That's a perfect answer. Yeah, hustle and energy pops off at the tape. That's when like you were being recruited, and this is something that we were always told when we were younger, Junior, like the high motor players, it's one of the boxes that these college coaches check. Is he
Yeah.
sprinting to the ball? Is he helping up his teammate? Is he finishing through the whistle? Is he playing after the whistle? Like those things stick out. So yeah, that's a great piece of advice. And thank you for the fan question there, Jackson and Jackson's father. All right, bro. This weekend I will be in Fayetteville, and I think the energy level is going to be a lot different than what it was versus LSU. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm doing my part. It's starting off in the tailgate. I'm getting everybody riled up. Everybody's going to be ready to go for you guys. So I'm excited for it.
It's an early game, G.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. All right. I'm
Coffee?
just saying.
Coffee and just jumping. And then I'm thinking, put Cameron in a little provocative outfit. Get the eyes turning. Get the neck turning. Get the whoa. Because you got to as a fan, you got to be ready because the Hogs are going to be going all night. All right. At Mr. George Carmona is where you could find me. Junior, where can they find you?
Find me at Carmona JR, 2 R's at the end. Appreciate all the love, support, and go Hogs.
Go Hogs.
We were in the 7th, 8th row, and these 2 kids sat in the 2 handicap seats right on the front row. And just being obnoxious. They were definitely Mississippi State turning around, yelling obscene things and ringing the bells. So I went and found the policeman. I said, those two kids got my handicap seats. Police went over, asked them for their tickets. They didn't have tickets. And then me and Gail sat there for the rest of the game, front row.
And that's how you got on TV.
That's how we got on TV.
Okay.
Go Hogs.
I love you, Pops.
Yeah!